This overview video is to show the power yet ease of use in adding records into Limb Gallery. In the back office or administrative module of Limb Gallery, all items can be found under the Records menu option. Within a record is where all the metadata is stored. Here's an example using Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I'll select Edit, and you can see all the information contained in this record. Title, description, categories, format, etc., subjects. I can also come in here with these other tabs for more metadata, such as the author, if there are dates involved, a location code, the media, which would contain all the actual files that are used that have been scanned for this record, that are attached to this record. If I use bookmarks, I can add that information, and if there's alpha files or HTML files or attached files, I can go ahead and add those as well. So that's what a record looks like. If I want to add a record one by one, all I have to do is come over here to the Records menu and select Add Item. You can see it starts with a title with an asterisk, meaning I have to put in a title. Other than that, the amount of information is up to you how much you want to add. I do want to come over here, though, to the media, and I come in here and I would select the files that I want to add and attach to this record by just simply selecting it or dragging it to this box. So that's how simple it is to add a record. In addition to just adding this basic record, there's some other things I want to do to this record. I can say whether or not the status will be as published or not published, meaning that I can start a record, save it, and then come back and edit it later or have someone else edit it before I actually publish it to the front end where people can see it. OAI visibility is whether or not I want this to be able to be harvested through the OAI harvester. And finally, maybe this is a private record, something that I don't want the general public to be able to see. If that's the case, I can come down here to Viewer Access Rights, and I can change from visible for all to visible by a particular role within the user's ID. So maybe I just want administrators and staff to be able to see this record. So I would highlight those and select them and then save the record. That's as simple as it is to add a record. But then what about if I want to add multiple records or a group of records in a batch mode? How I would do that is come over here again to my menu, and I come down here to Imports. I select Imports, and I select Add New Import. Here I want to go to Import to Item Type. So what kind are these going to be? These are going to be records. What kind of language am I going to use? I want these to be in English. My import type, is it going to be XML file, a Mark 21 file? I'm going to say this is going to be a CSV file. And so then I find my CSV file by simply choosing the file, go to my directory. Here's my directory called Demo Set Test. I open it, and it's ready to be processed. Let me show you what this file looks like though before I process it. Here you can see it has different columns. It has the titles, the creators, with the name of the media that's attached to it, the directory where the media is, subjects, all this information. So this is all I'm going to put in these records. Simple, not a lot of data, but it is a nice little file to sample and test. I come back in here and I say Next, and now those columns in my CSV file I need to map with Limb Gallery. And I can do that by loading a template, such as this one. If I have multiple templates that give me a list of them that are here, I can come in here and I can manually do it. So say maybe I want to select title. So these are the fields that are coming from my CSV file. These are the fields in Limb Gallery. So I say I would select title then. Or the easiest way is simply select auto match and let it do as much as it can matching on its own. And then you can fix something if you need to. So if rights wasn't the correct one, I can come in here and pick the right one, whatever it is. But it is right, so I leave it as it is. I can save this as a template to be used again. If I have other materials similar to this that I'm going to be batching, processing, then I could do that. I'll select Next. And in this case, it's now going through, processing this data, and the status is waiting because it's not completed yet. You can see some of these, I have some errors on some. I can see what the error is by simply clicking on the I, and it says what the error was. In this case, on line 2, there was a description error, and so it could not process that record. I come back here to my import list, and here it is. It says it's been imported, it's done, it's completed, and I can check and see if it's there. One of the records was called Love the Water, so I can come in my Limb Gallery, and I can search for Love the Water. I submit it, and there's my record, all the metadata attached to it, just like it was supposed to do. So This is, again, just a quick overview of how you can add records in Lim Gallery, either through a one-by-one method or through a batch method. If you want to learn more about Lim Gallery, please email us at i2s@i2s.fr, and we'll be glad to give you a further demo or information about all the other products that I2S has produced in the past. Thank you for watching.